What's going on, guys? How's it going? So, we're going to talk more about Gears of War and the future of the game and how I think it's more of a fairy tale, I guess, really, but they also could be doing it and they also should do it, I think. How we're going to move forward with Gears of War, keep it alive, keep it relevant, keep it popular, okay? I've drawn up this little plan. The video I dropped a few days ago about the Gears of War multiplayer beta this weekend really got me excited for Gears of War again. And then I did a little thing, did a little diagram, like only a 2-second thing, but it got me thinking, oh, how would we do this? So I've drawn it out, okay? And I want you guys to stick with me here. Give me your thoughts on all of this in the comments. If you're a Gears of War fan, let me know if you like it or not. And, you know, if you do like the video, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, okay? So first of all, we're going to go with Gears of War Online. We're calling it Gears of War Online, okay? And this is a little plan, a little diagram. It's kind of a PowerPoint. I kind of felt like I was in school again, except I was enjoying what I was making the PowerPoint on. It's like a little diagram of how, like, what I think would be awesome for Gears moving forward, and what I think would keep the game relevant, and how I would like to be able to jump in and out of the Gears universe whenever I want to play, rather than being stuck with just like, we've beaten the story, we've got the multiplayer, we've got the horde, that's that, okay? So, Gears of War Online here, a little diagram I got here, all right? So the first thing I wanted to add was character creation. Yeah, so stick with me on this. You create your own character, and everything, all the game modes we're going to talk about now, all the stuff we're going to talk about now in this video, you can earn stuff towards your character. You beat certain challenges, you get this armor, you get this chest piece, you get this skin, you get whatever, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. The character creation in Gears Tactics was awesome. So all we have to do is bring that, essentially. Hang on, my camera's a little bit, there we go. All we have to do is bring that in, and that's your character creation, you know, like, as you can see here from the diagram, you could create your own character, you add health and stuff because different armors had different stats. You could add attachments to the weapons or the lancers and all that stuff. You know, it wasn't just your basic weapons, you could add attachments to it all. And you could boost your stats. So if we had we log on like Destiny, right? Like Destiny or The Division. We create our character, and that's where we start from, okay? All the stuff we're going to talk about helps us progress our characters' stats and all those things for the online service mode, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But then the next thing I'm going to do, the next thing is the stories, okay? So they brought in Gears Reloaded now, which was the first story with updated graphics, and we get to play it again. It's amazing. All the PlayStation guys get to play it for the first time. The stories, they could do that with all the stories, well, the first three especially, you know, Gears 1 Reloaded, Gears 2 Reloaded, Gears 3 Reloaded, and we can go play the story missions whenever we want. You can tag certain things onto those story missions, like rewards for the created character, like beat General Ram on Hardcore, or beat General Ram on Insane to unlock this, or, you know, whatever you want, like quests. Like there could be like a weekly challenge, right? Complete this mission on Hardcore or above with a co-op friend. Unlock this week, unlock, you know, and they could have weekly challenges and things you can unlock, all for the character creation, all for the online service, which we're going to talk about a bit more in a minute, okay, like I said. Then you've got your horde mode, okay? Now, when I say add horde mode to Gears Online, I don't mean add Gears of War 2's horde mode, add Gears of War 3's horde mode. I mean just make a horde mode with the structure and all the features of like the Gears 5 horde mode, okay? Don't just give us Gears 5 Horde mode. Give us Horde mode in general. We can take our created character into it. We can play with our buddies. It's like a new Horde mode. Revamp it. Don't just reskin it. Just make Horde mode a game mode that you build on. Kind of like Warzone does with the... Call of Duty does with the Warzone Battle Royale, except don't make it completely shit. Okay? So Horde mode is its own separate mode. Yeah? Multiplayer. Multiplayer in Gears of War is the one thing that they nail, right? The multiplayer is awesome. They got all the modes, but again, let us take our created character in. By all means, have all the characters from Gears. There's some amazing characters in there. Throw it all in. You've got the lore. You've got the tools to do this. Throw that in there. We got the multiplayer. And then again, you have maybe add challenges to the multiplayer, maybe add like a progression. I mean, words like battle pass get such a bad rep, but you could add a battle pass to it. I'm pretty sure Gears 4 and 5 had a battle pass anyway. You know, things we can work towards, all to add towards our character, or we can unlock the characters from Gears 1 all the way through to 5, including Judgment. you're talking 6 games. There's loads of different characters. We could unlock them all. We could have them all like in our little arsenal, kind of like in Fortnite, where you've got all the characters you've unlocked over the time, and they don't go anywhere as updates go, because Gears Online is a thing. You know, this is the whole point. Gears Online. Gears Online is just all this stuff linked together, and we can access it and jump into it when we can. Think of the Division. Think of Destiny. That's the idea we're going with here. Okay, and then lastly is the online slash live service mode. Okay, now in my head I'm picturing like Division. Yeah, picture the Division. You go back to HQ, you got all your vendors, you got all this stuff. You head out to the streets. You're then on a map. There's like outposts you can go clear. There's missions you can go clear. There's bosses that spawn. Have like General Ram and Queen Mira and all this stuff appear on the map periodically throughout the day, throughout the week. You can go fight them with your buddies. You can even, there's other squads there, right? There's other squads who are online, a lot like Division, a lot like Destiny, I guess. Not less like Destiny, more like Division. But there's other squads running around, and you know, you can meet up, and then maybe if like 3 squads go fight a boss, it's easy work. You just wipe them. You meet up at like world bosses. You know, we could have all this in the online service. All this stuff here contributes to go towards your character creation. Yeah, you can all earn it towards your character, and the online service part is really where your character comes into its own, like with the stats for the armor, all this stuff. If they could allow us to play as our own character, or take your own characters with your buddies, go play the story missions, that'd be amazing. But I think it might be too much of a big ask. This might be too much of a big ask to ask them anyway, you know, especially because of the online service, you need a big map, you know. The online service part could be a battle royale. The online service part could be an extraction. They could add elements to it. Division 2 was essentially, me and my buddy were talking about this yesterday. This Division 2 was essentially really the first extraction game we had, especially on console, because you went to the dark zone. So on the map, you could have PvP areas, you could have PvE areas, and it would just be this world that you can hop in and out of with the Gears lore, with all the Gears weapons, all the Gears characters, all the Gears armor, and we could just go in and play whenever we want with our friends and whatever. And if you link all this together, you have Gears of War Online. All this linked together, you have Gears of War Online. And we haven't even talked about they could add the Hive mode. I didn't put the Hive mode in here because I didn't think the Hive mode was that great. It was kind of fun, but if you added it in and then added some rewards that were exclusive to that mode, so if you beat this level with your buddies, you beat that boss with your buddies, you get this for your character, or you unlock this weapon or this skin or this attachment, or your Lancer, for your Retro Lancer, any weapons in the game, it's doable. You know what I mean? It's doable. I mean, they might have to bring some more weapons in, like an LMG and stuff, because the thing about Division is you've got access to like all the weapons that are in real life, right? LMGs, SMGs, pistols, all that stuff. And the thing about Destiny is, because it's futuristic, they've got unlimited room to work on there with the weapons. They just keep creating more futuristic looking weapons and things like that. With the Gears of War, the weapon thing might limit it, but I'm pretty sure the devs are capable of coming up with this. Like I said, in Gears Tactics, you just had the attachments, you had the scopes and all that stuff. And yeah, this is Gears Online. This is what they could do. And what they're doing now with Gears of War Reloaded and the multiplayer beta coming up this weekend. Don't forget to tune into the streams, guys, on Twitch, TikTok. We're going to be live with the multiplayer beta all weekend. Is they've definitely made the first step towards this, right? Like Gears of War Reloaded, it's gone cross-platform. From day one, it's going to be cross-progression, cross-platform. Everyone can play together. The player base will be there. It's maintaining that player base. And I don't think, if they don't add the online service, character creation, and they just stick to story mode, horde, and multiplayer, I'm not sure how long people will stick around. I will stick around till the game's dying off, I guess, but I don't think it'll keep people involved. The online service part is key nowadays. It's just the way the gaming is. Like, we want to be able to jump into worlds with our friends. We want something we can jump on and grind, you know, and work towards. Whereas if you've just got the story modes, the multiplayer, and the horde, once you've beaten the story modes, you can replay them. They're great and everything, but it's not going to be something you do every week. The multiplayer has proven to be a bit dated and people don't really like it. I love Gears multiplayer. If I had like a squad to play with frequently, I would just play all the time, and it just needs a bit of updating, you know. And the horde mode was fantastic. Like, I don't understand why horde mode wasn't more popular. It's crazy, like, you know. But again, with horde mode, beating the waves just meant you beat the waves, and you're like, yes, I've beaten the bosses, I've beaten 50 waves, I've beaten this, and it was just a new challenge. If you've got something to work towards, character creation, unlocking, then it opens up a whole new thing, and it gives people a whole new reason, a whole new drive, a whole new motivation to play those modes. And in the online mode, in the service mode, you could have, like I said, I mentioned world bosses. You could have those bosses that when you beat them, there's a chance of drops. You know, like one of the best parts about Destiny was like playing Vault of Glass over and over again with your friends, hoping you would get the Vex Mytho class drop. You could have like pieces of armor, like really cool looking pieces of armor that are rare drops for beating bosses. We would be going back to fight these bosses every week to try and beat them. If you do your monthly challenges, you get this. The looting system, you know, like we got Jack, you know, Jack, the little robot. You could have him worked into it somehow, you know, and he follows you around. Or you could have classes. In the Horde mode, Gears of War 5 Horde mode, everyone had classes, and they all had their own abilities, like cloaking and boosted melees, and like all the crazy abilities in the Horde mode. There's so many of them, but I'm forgetting them at the moment because it's been so long. But everyone had their own abilities in that Horde mode, and you could do that with the online service mode. So that's my plan for Gears Online. My last video got like 60 views. Hopefully this one gets 61 views, and Epic are the 61st viewer of this video, and they listen to me and call me, and then we make Gears Online and live happily ever after. That would be amazing. Let me know what you think of this in the comments, guys. Let me know if you like the video. What are your thoughts? What would you like to see added? How do you think we can keep Gears if it comes back now? We can keep it pumped, keep it going, keep the player base there. Do you like these ideas? Do you not? Let me know in the comments, guys, okay? And I'll see you this weekend for the multiplayer beta, and I'll see you for the next video. Peace!